Hey y'all, I'm gonna get right to the point because talking about this makes me a bit uncomfortable, but it's all part of vlogging about mental health. Last week, I did not do any of my Bonnet Chronicles. There were a lot of factors, but a lot of it was I felt burnt out. I felt a lot of pressure, especially with the books release, which is still a good thing. I'm still excited about people buying the book. I've seen the DMs and the private messages of people sending me pictures of the copies of Axiom that they bought. So it was a good time, but I started getting in my head about whether or not I really should have done what I did trying to be a published author. I really struggled with imposter syndrome and so many other negative things. And then with the Bonnet Chronicles, honestly speaking, I got to a point where I'm just tired of telling grown folks common sense things. At this point, we are literally up against fascism. We are up against people who think they have a moral right to tell people how to live, how to be, and how they want us is to not be here or to be silent. And they're spreading harmful propaganda, and they have a political party that backs them fully because they think they're God's chosen people and they're just awful. And then we have the other side who are full of entitled asshats who are more diverse but don't respect that diversity, and we're all under this looming spectrum of bigotry and racism and wannabe white supremacy. And it's just exhausting. Getting on twice a week to tell people to remember to vote, don't throw your voice away. When I'm constantly met by people who seem like they understand what's going on, but will tweet out things like, I don't think voting's gonna matter, but swear up and down that we're on the same side, but we can't be because you're trying to put the seeds of doubt into people's hearts instead of reminding them what's important. And I'm just tired. I took a break from Twitter again because I'm just tired. Between the doomsayers, there's just not enough hope on that app for me, and it just depletes the hope that I have for things. And it just gets tiring trying to convince people to save themselves because some people don't want that. Some people always look for a hero instead of trying to be the hero of their own story. And I have to accept that about people. As far as these mental health logs go, I'm struggling right now. I felt like I was close to a nervous breakdown, and I can't, there's no facilities here right now. The few that Michigan do have are full up, and COVID's still a thing. So, what I have learned to do when things get too stressful is to cut out stressful things. In my personal life, I've limited engagement with people who I knew were toxic and stressful. And in my business life, I am taking things baby step at a time, self published so that I didn't have to deal with the pressures and stuff. I'm doing things at my own pace for my mental health. And with the Bonnet Chronicles, as much as I love doing them, and I'm going to try to get back to it on Friday night next week, it is exhausting constantly researching the good, mostly bad, and in between of our country. Constantly reminding people of why your civic duties is important, why local races can't just be ignored, why you got to turn out during the midterms and stuff so that we have a fighting chance against these assholes who want to restrict us if we're women, want to destroy us if we're people of color, black, or anybody that doesn't fit their straight Christian white agenda. And this is to Christians who get upset when I mention the word Christian. These people are doing your faith no favor with their antics. In fact, they're turning more people away from spirituality with their country club mentalities and their manifest destiny attitudes. And that's not what Christianity was about. I was raised in the church. I read the Bible. What I took from it was to respect life. What I took from it was to respect the fact that being here was the gift, and taking care of others without pat on the back, without praise, just doing what I can to make life better for people. But some of yous make it so fucking hard to just do that because yous don't want to do your bare minimum. And it just gets tiring constantly trying to use my voice in a sea of stupidity. And I just got tired. So honestly speaking, this isn't going to be a long vlog because I don't want to spend an hour or even 30 minutes complaining. It's just me being as real as I always am about the situation. I'm mentally tired. I can't keep telling grown folks how to be because I found what works for me. I understand that that's not going to work for everybody. I have to learn to be mindful that not everybody's going to be able to be a pragmatist. Some of you are really heavily into selfishly thinking, I only want to benefit people like me or myself over everybody else. And your attitude is what holds us all back. I realize as an actual pragmatist that the stuff that benefits me will benefit people I don't particularly care for. I don't care about that. I care about the greater good of it. I care about benefits that help everybody, even those whack jobs who think they're better than me because they lack melanin and supposedly worship a deity that supposedly loves all of us, but they think they're just loved a little bit more. That's what they need to survive in this world. They can't exist without feeling special, yet they call us the snowflakes. I pity them, but I want them to have a better world too. And that is what pragmatism is for us. We have survived, my people especially, some of the harshest conditions this world has thrown at us. We are constantly vilified, made to be monsters. And I know some lean into that. So it doesn't make it easy. That's why I don't, not all, because I don't know every black person. But I know that I found what works for me. And I know that pragmatism means that hopefully one day I will see a better society, or at least help lean towards that. Either way, I will try to be back next Friday, depending on how I feel. Because I'm going to be honest, that break that I am taking feels good. Feels a lot less stressful. I have been taking notes and writing out stuff. It feels like my creative flow is slowly returning to me. And I'm going to take full advantage of blocking out the noise of the real world for a bit and indulging in things that help that creative spark instead. And I don't want people who enjoy the Bond Chronicles to feel like I'm not coming back because that's not the case. I am not going to be gone for long. I just honestly need time. So next Tuesday is not going to happen for now. I might change my mind. So much goes on. I cannot give too definitive, but right now the way I'm leaning is I will be back on Friday instead. But if I do come back, I will make sure to announce it on Twitter. And I will share this mental health vlog on Twitter as well. But until next week, I am Tanisa, aka Kalari GXC, aka Kalari Gamer Chick on Twitter. And I will see you all in the next one.